All right, welcome to the 2022 Las Vegas Sun High School Football Media Day. This is the Green Valley Gators from Henderson, Nevada, and we're at the beautiful Red Rock Resort, our host every year, and we can't thank them enough. Also, shout out to our sponsors, New World Graphics. They remind you, don't let your friends wear a blank t-shirt, and Bonanno's Pizza, hand crust, handmade, New York style, delicious. They provided the lunch. Coach, welcome to your first media day. Give us a scouting report. How do the Gators look?
Overall, I think we look pretty solid. We've had a bit of a transitional year when it comes to Brian Castro stepping down, who's a pillar of excellence when it comes to Las Vegas high school football. But our team's looking solid. Every single day we get better and better, and I'm expecting another solid playoff run. I'm excited for a lot of prospects that we have. Our 23 class is pretty solid, and just traditional wins.
Yeah, so obviously new head coach, but a lot of similarities between how the previous coach ran the program. He'd been there for more than a decade, and you. What looks the same? What's going to look different, maybe offensively, defensively, specifically?
So I've been the DC now for the past couple of years. During the COVID year and during this last season where we actually played football, I took over for Elvin Dick, and then so Brian Castro was the OC. That's being replaced by longtime Gator Coach Jackson, and it's going to look relatively similar. I think that with just some of the personnel types that we have, we're going to be doing maybe not so much of the spread stuff. Probably be able to pack in a little bit more, maybe run a little bit more RPO action. But I think in general, a lot of things are going to be pretty similar. You're going to see a lot of the Gators kind of come towards the modern era. Castro did a fantastic job of keeping us all regulated and keeping it kind of traditional and doing things the right way, which we are going to bring. But I think you're going to see us come into more of the 21st century with some stuff.
All right, so Eric, I'm always serious, but I got to ask you kind of a not serious question. During the game, how many times did you look up at that scoreboard or the video board? Green Valley has got like a 900 foot by 900 foot video board.
Biggest on the West Coast.
On the West Coast, high def. Do you look up that a lot, or?
Usually only after games. During the game, we like to stay pretty locked in, and we don't really have too much time to look up at the board. We always keep going.
Yeah, fun schedule this year. You guys, not only are you in the 5A where you're going to play the great teams, but your non-league is stacked. As a player, how cool is that it's like, okay, if we're good, we're going to be good, and we're going to prove it?
It's really exciting facing off against the best. It lets us know where we stack up.
Sure.
We'll stack up good.
Nate, what do you guys got to do to slow those teams down? I know that at the 5A, anybody can score on any given play.
Yeah, we just need to be disciplined as defense and definitely get to the ball, and our offense needs to be high-paced and move because we're a no-huddle offense, so we're going to be able to work that together and have good discipline.
All right, so there's a few cool moments every year, Nate, in high school football. And for me, top three, and granted, I'm old school Henderson, is when the winning team of that Henderson Bowl races out to get that trophy. That is the best 20 seconds, in my opinion, of the year. To tell me about that game, so much history, so much tradition. It's been around since '91, before you were born. Why is that such a fun night?
It's a great night because everyone in the stands, everyone in the valleys from Basic and from Green Valley area, they're all there at that game. Everybody's cheering. That's one of our most packed stadiums, and my dad played in it when it first happened, so it has a lot of history in my family too. And it's great that we were able to win last year, and I hope we can do the same this year.
Yeah, it's weird you bring that up. So I probably covered your dad, and I covered Glasper's dad, Jamar. My very first high school game that I covered 25 years ago was Green Valley at Clark.
Oh, wow.
So a lot of tradition. And Coach, I think that's got to be the cool thing for you. You're young guys still in your 20s, and you get to take over a program that, has guys who played in the NFL, Tyrell Crosby, guys who were all-world in college, John Denton. How cool is that for you, just when you look at some of the history and tradition, you walk out into that field?
It's fantastic. Green Valley is an experience like no other, and that's kind of why we brought up this year the Hall of Fame that we kind of started. Our first class was inducted with those guys you just mentioned, and including Laquan Phillips, who is, if you haven't heard the Laquan Phillips story, obviously Ray Brewer's covered it, intensively. He's a great dude, and I think just having that passion that we have in the Valley and being able to combine that with some of the new stuff we're bringing in, is going to make some really exciting football.
Yeah, Foothill, Liberty, Friday night's going to be tough for you guys, especially some of those neighborhood rivalries. How do you get ready for what's going to be a tough season?
I mean, just put the work in, right? There's no substitute for hard work, and so our guys are out there. We've been grinding since before I even got the job. Our guys have been out there doing 7-on-7 stuff in December. We took spring ball extremely seriously, 5 days a week. Summer, we've been grinding. These dudes have been eating peanut butter like I can't buy it at Costco. Just everything comes down to how much you're willing to work, how much you're willing to be disciplined, like these guys are saying. And at the end of the day, like, we have a bit of a chip on our shoulders. Like, we feel, I'm not gonna lie, like in the Henderson area especially, we're the little brother. Like, we're 5A, we're just as good. We got the stadium like you were talking about. You can see, you got these sweet uniforms, we got everything like that. We just always feel like we're always told we're a little brother, so.
Yeah. All right, well, I want to thank you all for coming down, listening to the podcast on Monday, following our pick selections, and of course, calling your scores in on Friday night. Rooting for you guys. I hope you guys have a fun season. Green Valley Gators. Good luck, fellas.
Thank you.
Thank you guys.